Hello guys and welcome back to King Aegon's War of the Conquest, now as Aegon the Second Targaryen. In the last episode, we had some interesting things going on with our family. I had my first child, my daughter Arya, was attractive and right now sits as the heir to the throne. And that is in part because in the last episode my brother died. Jaehaerys has died. Who's taking you prisoner? Ooh. His widow apparently has been taken prisoner by Lord Royce of Strong Song, because they have been going at it with the Arryns in a big rebellion, both Runestone and Strong Song rebelling. So, if you watch the last episode, you'll know about what's going on in the east. But in the Crownlands, my brother died trying to tame his dragon. He left behind his only daughter, Mayra, who I thought could maybe marry one of our children, not our first son since that'll marry Arya, but could marry maybe, I don't know, Jaehaerys' kid, if he has one. I think that'd be a nice match. For now, I just don't know what to do with her, and aside from that, I don't think much went on. Right? Am I forgetting something major? Don't think so. Let's get going. See where the game takes us. I know some of you have wanted me to invade Essos, while some of you have been opposed to it. Oh, Valerian has provided me with proof that so-and-so has been viciously slandering me. Oh, Lionel. No, I won't buy that. I will not buy that. You're telling me my Master of Whispers, the former regent who raised me, is slandering me. I don't believe that. Yeah, as I was saying, some of you have said that you don't want me to invade overseas, and some have said you do. I don't know, I just want to keep it organic, mainly. I don't think I have much of a will either way, whether to invade or not to invade. Although I do think it would be cool to put a dragon rider in charge. Ooh, I can forge a bloodline. Have a son for now, but that's definitely next. Ooh. Oh, I actually need... Oh, that's success effect. Win 15 foreign wars, build 10 cities. Oh, one of these. You need to do one of them. So if I build 10 cities, castles, or temples, it'll do it. Rule at peace for 30 years would forge a bloodline, apparently. I can do that, but for now, let's have a son. Increase my fertility a bit. Chivalrous Dragon Lord King Aegon, the insidious Braavosi traitors must be expelled. No, thank you, Valisar. But yeah, as I was saying, I just want to keep it organic. I think if I have a very militant king, then I would definitely see him trying to declare a war, to kind of put his name on the, you know, on the map, get himself known in history. Jalisa Zobradar now rides Elenixes. Don't know if the world has enough room for another dragon rider, but so be it. But I don't know that Aegon is that kind of guy. You know, he's a kind person, and I don't think the Conquest would be particularly kind. Although that's kind of a very surface level reason not to attack, isn't it? It's not really a matter of kind or cruel. I don't know. I just don't see him doing it. Maybe. Under my guidance, my young ward Lysares is mastering the art of swordsmanship. That is good. The heir to Driftmark, who I've taken as my ward, as we know, since they rebelled. Willem has inherited the Lordship of the Bloody Gate, so Sir Albert Arryn died, killed in personal combat by Humphrey Aegon. Ah, interesting. Huh. And you are the son of Janos, Arryn. So your son, Oswin, now rules the Gates of the Moon, while the Bloody Gates is just ruled by Willem Arryn. We'll have to pick a new man for that. Humbly ask you to intervene on my behalf against the aggression of Lady Paramount Eliana Durandon. I saw this war. What was it about? De jure holding. Yeah, I'm not going to interfere. She wants something that is de jure to her, and I will let her get it. During the Battle of Hearthstone, the enemy cornered my commander, Lord Lynn of Runestone, who resisted bravely until he, according to reports, tripped on his own bastard sword. Oh, that's very funny to me. Another one bites the dust, and I think that's the end of the rebellion? No, they still seem to be up, but looks like the armies of the Royces were beaten back by the combined forces of Aarons and Starks. Yeah. And Otho Royce, obviously, he's the son of the Lord of Runestone, who rules Strongsong. Oh, wait, no. No, yeah. He's the son, and he rules Strongsong, and he rebelled. And his father, who helped him from Runestone, has now been killed in forces after tripping on his own bastard sword, which I presume is Lamentation, yeah. Okay, cool. So he tripped on Lamentation and died. Maybe impaled on his own sword, I don't know. But now Otho controls both of these directly. And he'll more than certainly, I think, lose one of his titles with this rebellion, though. If not more. Definitely think the Aarons have enough justice here to take all his titles, probably. My dear friend, I wish to give you the honor of sending my child Alessa to you in King's Landing, making her your ward. I can think of none better to teach her and to nurture her into a good woman. Your loyal friend, Lord Joseph. Fine notion. Very well. Taking Alessa Keith as my second ward. She is the heir, I believe, to Seagard? Yeah. And I also have the heir to Driftmark. So those are my 2 wards. Can I make you my squire yet? No. Let's give you an education focus, though. You seem to be very diplomatically leaning. What do I want from him? Let's just teach him etiquette, I suppose. Maybe humility might have been better after the pride the Valerians displayed in the rebellion, but I don't know. Definitely seems like a diplomatically focused one, though, is what I should have been favoring there, so I don't mind what I picked. Factions. Yeah, independence is still here, despite the fact that Ulf loves me. Don't know what else to do to get him off of that faction. Stay in Harloch Hill and see if you can maybe convince him. If not, I'm just going to have to send you to improve relations with Edmund. Because really, he shouldn't be holding that faction anymore. Your Grace, I run on behalf of the Airbank and Bravos to express the anger at the actions of your vassal, Archmaester Corin. They have refused to honor a debt, and I urge you to take the appropriate action. He is imprisoned by Lord Andro Hightower, the Archmaester of the Citadel. Go appeal to Old Town. This is not my business. The Archmaester of the Citadel, in charge of all the Citadel, has been taken prisoner by the Hightowers of Old Town, and you want a debt from him. You go directly to them. So Sir Tommen Rain has died of pneumonia. Shame. It's one of the few reigns of the main line, I believe. How are there 17 living members? From this guy? It's gotta be, right? Oh, you had a matrilineal. You had a matrilineal. So there's 2. Yeah, looks like from this line, all the reigns are still alive. Don't know that that's 17, though. Presume one of these lines still has reigns? No? Oh, the reigns of Goldhill. Oh, they became the vicaries. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I count 8, and it says 17 living members. Oh, here you go. And Roger Rain, who is in my Kingsguard, would have been the heir to the Westerlands, coming from Roland, the eldest son of Rickard. So he is kind of the rightful heir to the Westerlands, I suppose, but the succession crisis somewhat doomed them. His father, Lyndon, probably should be ruling now. Tommen was actually the rightful heir before he died. But yeah, there's a nice little branch of reigns here, still alive. Bring me knights from powerful houses. Sir Harbert Tarth, good warrior. And Sir Adam Ironwood. I'll ask Sir Tarth. Seems a little more experienced, as well as a commander. Be the highest honor serving in Kingsguard? Okay. And he's improved relations with Tom of Stonetree. I don't much care for Tom of Stonetree. Don't know that he can improve too much with Ulf, so let's actually just send him to Riverrun now. See if he gets anything going. So the Aarons are lifting the siege of the Eyrie. Or they're retaking the Eyrie, sorry. They can't assault it though, so it's going to be a prolonged siege to take 300 Royce men out of there. But it should win the war for them once they do it. Where are the Royces? Ah, here they are, 8,000 strong. Still a decent army, just not enough to beat the Starks and Aarons anymore. I did think for one point the Royces were going to be able to pull it off, you know? That the AI was going to be really stupid with bigger armies and just rush into two bad battles, but they managed to pull it off, so good for them. Ooh, was paused. Ah, here's the trial of Terence Greenfield. I almost forgot about this man. He's the one who demanded a trial by combat and never fought it, right? Demanded a trial before the court which Lord Robin Darkland shall oversee to ensure justice is served. At the start of the trial, he's formally accused of murder. Charge brought by King Aegon Targaryen. Yes? Cut a very unconvincing and nervous figure. Lord Robin shall interrogate him now. Many at court were convinced by his arguments, but then again many seem unimpressed, so a reasonable case, and he is made... Does this show? Yes, it does. Poor defense. Wow! The verdict has been reached. Lord Robin II proclaims, I find Sir Terence Greenfield innocent. The charge of murder is not proven. Huh. I could disagree, but I don't think that's his style. I think I'm going to have to let him go. Yeah, I have no choice but to release him, so Sir Terence Greenfield has somehow escaped with his head on his shoulders from, well, what is pretty well known as murder. Yeah. Of one of my lords. But hey, it's the medieval justice system for you, you know? Flawed. Heard a lot about Lord Micken's military exploits in recent weeks. If even half of them are true, there is no doubt a man of such bravery and brilliance is deserving of anyone's respect. So he's trying to impress me. Okay, I'm impressed. Good job, Micken. Can't say I blame you for trying to impress the King of the Iron Throne. Oh. Hold on. Well, that wasn't great. I'm gonna cut away now for a second to check just if everything's working. But be right back. Okay, I'm back. Here we are. Father calls Arya, pulling my arm, pleading to play with her and her latest toy, completely oblivious to all the important work I'm in the middle of. Yet, how could I say no to such a sweet, innocent exuberance? All right, Arya, what is it? Neglect your responsibilities for Arya's sake, so she gets plus 70 from me. Fatherly love, 20% chance of diplomacy, martial stewardship, intrigue, or learning, and some piety. So what does she get? 1 learning. That's not bad. I would take really anything. And she's gotten 1 more diplomacy and learning now that she's turned 2. Peasants of Dragonstone are quite far apart and spread out. Your Master of Whispers, Lionel Langward, suggests investing in a provincial messenger system so they can communicate with their kin more easily. He claims that doing so would attract more peasants to the county. Excellent idea. You go and do that. Okay, improved relations with the Lord of Riverrun. And somehow the Independence faction is growing larger instead of smaller. Of course, it's the Gardeners. I mean, I don't trust them at all. Been nothing but trouble since this series started. My liege, I believe that one of your vassals can be discouraged from associating with conspirational factions. I will pay a visit to Gardner. Just said I don't trust him. I like this. Riding astride Meraxes, you fly to pay Lord Paramount Jeremy an unannounced visit. On arrival, you land on the highest tower of Highgarden, your dragon letting out a loud roar. Lord Paramount Jeremy was quick to realize the implications of your visit, welcoming you humbly and promising eternal loyalty. My dragon sufficiently cowed him. Good. So, the Gardeners are out of the Independence faction just as quickly as they joined it. 7,500 Dornishmen have been able to make it into the Stormlands, and the Baratheons are just gonna... Sorry, the Durandons are just going south. I haven't actually checked on the Baratheons in a while. Oh yes, you lost this to the Janies because they kept Atranta, like fools. Lady Dalla Baratheon. now rules. Interesting. So her brother Carlton was the one who didn't get the lordship, or who submitted the high lordship, the lord paramountcy, sorry. He died of the Great Plague at 20. His sister Rhaenys inherited. Died of an infection. She actually married Lord Tully. No, Lord Gardner, sorry. Boris, the eldest, died quite a bit before, and now she is the last of her line. Yeah, and she's married normally to a Rhaegar, so the Baratheons are going to die out when she dies. She's quite the good Baratheon, too, in pretty much all aspects. Really talented fighter, good diplomat, a good steward. She would have been made a fine ruler. They've had one son who has that black hair of House Baratheon, Dennis Rhaegar, the heir to Willow Wood. Kind of cool, but a little sad that the Baratheons are dying out. It's a shame. Eyrie has almost fallen. Ooh, Lord Adric Harlaw has been a leal and able servant, having successfully completed many tasks in aid of the Iron Throne. He has. I will arrange his reward. He has been very good to us so far. Peasants have risen up in Sozhorn, led by a disgruntled former soldier. The rebels have a nerve to demand independence. Blasted traitors. Where are they? Sozhorn is here, right? Isn't it in the Crown Lands? Yeah, Sozhorn. Don't see the peasantry. Okay. Jeremy Gardner has added chainmail armor to their treasury. And here's the final battle of the war, where the Eyrie fall and the Royces have charged into one foolish battle in Crown Crag. An interesting locale for your final battle, and they are obviously going to be crushed by the combined forces of the Vale in the north. With that, that's the Royce Rebellion put an end to. Probably the biggest rebellion I think we've seen against Lord Paramount so far. That's not true. Dorne had a lot of them, actually. But definitely in the Eyrie, that's the biggest one. My Lord Commander has finally died. Harwin Vance. A natural death at age 72. He was a great Lord Commander. I think I've talked about this before, but he was one of the better ones. I'm pleased to hear, after a period of peace and shrewd management, the province of King's Landing is doing very well. People are happy and the tax collectors are reporting record intakes. King's Landing prospers. Good. Very good. Otho, yeah, there's the peace offer. Now you do still have to contend with the other rebellion of Snakewood and Sunrise Keep. New Lord Commander is needed. So there's Sir Uther Breakstone. He has gonorrhea, though. Yeah, but he's talented fighter. Harbert Tarth just joined, so I don't know that I'll be giving it to him. Sir Samuel Manwoody has been here a little time, not too long, but he's a good commander, though not the best fighter. Then there is Lester Hill, Carnaby bastard. Good fighter, even at 60. Roger Rain. And Pikewood Sloan. It really is between Roger Rain and Pikewood Sloan. And actually... ooh. I'm going to give it to Rain. I'm going to make Roger Rain the Lord Commander of the Kingsguard. I like him. He's a better commander, too, than Sloan. Appoint commander, yeah. Bring me knights from powerful houses. Who do you have? Sir Morgan Hightower. Yep. So Morgan Hightower, skilled fighter, deceitful, good family name. Will make a fine addition to the Kingsguard. A new advisor is needed, and of course that'll be Roger Rain, because I like to keep my Kingsguard close. Aegor Thinflame has died, causing his dragon Dragox to fly into a rage and establish a lair in King's Landing. Ooh, that's bad. He's died of pneumonia, leaving behind only one daughter, Lady Leonette Thinflame, the 5-year-old. We'll see if I can quickly secure her a betrothal to someone. A matrilineal, of course, to ensure their line doesn't die out. Here's a Kindlin. Yes, good. He is Westerosi Valyrian as well, so that's a pretty decent marriage for you. She did keep the silver hair of her father, so that's nice. Oh, she has actually gotten immediately married matrilineally, instead of taking my offer to someone a lot more her age. I don't know why she did this, but she married a Stormlander called Pure Stagtree. He's 21 years old. Guess he's the new wet nurse. She's only 5. Gotta say, dude, not great. Mace Borley. We'll make him High Admiral. Why not? Master of Ships. To replace Thin Flame. Think that's only fitting. In need of a new commander. Painier? Maybe? Why not? Jaressa Painier. So here's the errands finishing out the rebellion of Snakewood and Sunrise Keep. What do they want? Increased council power, right? Yeah. And the errands have quickly beaten them back. Should just snatch back up Midlore Point and Crow's Barrens, and that'll more than likely end the war. Meanwhile, the Durandans are actually going to a battle with the Dornishmen. So House Martell lost their little holding, and they've lost the war, and they're gonna double lose it with that battle. Fate smiles upon me, my wife is pregnant. Perfect. Good job. Hopefully Mullian will give me a son now, who can marry little Arya, and we can actually, for once, have a Prince of Dragonstone, because it has been ages. I mean, really, the only Prince of Dragonstone was Aerion, right? Everyone else inherited it, before they were of age? Or due to, like, a distant relationship kind of thing, while they were already of age, but not the direct son. You know what I mean. Valerian inherited it because Aerion died instantly. He ruled from Regency, I believe, for a couple years. Then Valerian was deposed, and Vakar was his cousin, so that's another one. He never served as Prince of Dragonstone. Then Vakar died. Aegon ruled the Regency, and Aegon died of cancer right as Aegon was about to ascend into age, and we had to spend a little bit under Regency, right? But I think no. We died when Aegon died. Sorry, it's very confusing. When we were very young. Yes, 7. Okay, great. So yeah, only 1 Prince of Dragonstone so far. Brave move. Harris Castle been imprisoned. Sorry if I ranted a little bit about the Princes of Dragonstone. It's a shame we haven't been able to get those more dignified. My brother could have certainly served as Prince of Dragonstone, but of course, in CK2 it's a lot more of a hassle to remove that title. You know, whereas in the World of Ice and Fire, they would probably just appoint him and then take it away when there was a new heir. And it'd be no problem there. Lady Decella of Dorne accepted the peace offering and has given the Castle of Storm's Drum to the Durandans, as it should be, really. So that'll solve those de jure problems. She does not have a child yet, a second child. Only this one Martell girl. Sinella stands to inherit all of Dorne, which has been in complete chaos for years, but people seem to actually start to like Decella now. So that's good. Valerian, what are you doing there? I have your son. Don't be stupid. What is it with this guy? Have a gift or something. I don't know. Just stop being stupid. Don't want to have to kill House Valerian. Being very difficult. Lord Micken has been very insistent. Oh, no, not you again. Don't have time for this. Micken Blackmere of Greycran all of a sudden wants to be my best friend. You still have 2 lords above you before me. Make friends with them, sir. Go make friends with Donna Reed or even Lord Stark. Leave me alone. Aegon II Targaryen, I hereby invite you to participate in the tourney of Edgerton. Sure. A little lowly for the king, tourney of Edgerton, but it's in the Crownlands, so why not? You know, not too far. I do still have time now, probably, to host a better Royal Progress, I believe it's called. The tour. Yeah, Royal Progress. It occurred to me that my wife is feeling somewhat gloomy as of late. The burden of her unborn child is surely causing some humoral unbalance that is affecting her mood. I can buy her something nice. I'll go spend some time with her. I'm sure she'll be fine. I'm kind and diligent, so I think I'm just gonna spend the time with her instead of, like, not having the time and paying for someone to do it, you know. I think I'll find the time. Especially because Aegon seems to like his family quite a bit. Obviously, we know what happened with his sister Daenerys and his eldest daughter, causing him to be depressed again. So yeah. Unfortunately, he didn't get family person. My young wife has taken a passion for romantic poetry. She keeps reading any sort of romantic poetry she can get a hold of. We are already lovers, but I can get her more to read. Gives her more fertility and lustful. That is her interest, not mine. I don't know, that seems kind of a douchey answer. His books are created by demons. Yeah, I don't think that's his answer either, so get her more to read. And my wife is lustful now, apparently. And an increased fertility despite already being pregnant, so that's good. Hopefully we'll have a lot of kids. After a couple of days just spending some time doing things I love, hunting, reading, and visiting friends, life does not seem as gray as it did before. Feel better now, good. It seems the potential birth of his second child has brought Aegon out of depression, so hopefully there won't be another stillborn kid. Really crossing my fingers on that one. Tourney had finally got underway. With the first day of the lists beginning in earnest, you failed to make it through undefeated, however, and was unhorsed in a joust by Sir Thorin Darkland, whose prowess was clearly greater. You've been eliminated from the tourney. I don't know that his prowess was greater. This drunkard has somehow unhorsed the King of the Iron Throne. I don't know what to do there. I'm using Aegon's crown. Blackfire's equipped. Just making sure everything's here that I can be using. Books. Don't have any other. Okay. The melee was fought, and I went boldly forth. While others stood back, I charged forth headless of my own safety. They were all in awe with my manliness. So, Aegon's become brave. Aegon II the Dragon, he's called now. That's a really cool nickname. So we have Aegon the Conqueror, the Strong, I suppose. And now we have Aegon II the Dragon. Now I just have to watch the Tourney of Edgerton that I've been unhorsed, but it seems I did pretty well in the melee, according to getting brave, right? So maybe that's more his style. Lands have been retaken there in the Eyrie, but it seems they're still fighting the war. Oh, speak of the devil. Caught him. Sir Uther Breakstone and Sir Daemon Brune were next to joust for many tilts. Sir Daemon was eventually unhorsed, leaving Sir Uther to be declared the winner. So Brune, quite a good fighter, 105 personal combat, but my Kingsguard member has done it. Waldron Hayford, horsed by Bandon Brune, another Brune, who is quite the fighter. And in the finals, only 2 knights remained undefeated. Sir Uther Breakstone of my Kingsguard and Lord Bandon Brune faced each other. So he was trying to get revenge for his son, and he lost in the final tilt. Quite the shame, but still second place in the regional tourney. Not bad for you, Bandon. He's still against a Kingsguard knight. They're all good fighters, really, in my Kingsguard, so good job there. Lady Elaine's tourney is finally over, and now it is time to ride home, having competed gamely in the lists. It was a fine competition. Ooh, and I have... No! Why did I have this open? I've had another stillborn girl. First with Shera, this is Rhaera, apparently. Words fail me. Somehow Aegon's not depressed again, but Molly Ann has grown depressed now. This is the second stillborn child of our marriage. We've only had one live healthily, although she is quite good. She got the attractive trait, so that's pretty nice. Still, quite the shame. I was the one of the first to sat on my horse and chase after the bandits who had stolen one of the valuable statues from our local sept. When I returned exhausted and with filthy clothes, I was told the old septon had simply misplaced a statue. He appreciated my effort at least. Now it's time to do what I was talking about. I think we're going to go on a royal progress of my realm. Yes. You will visit 6 of your vassal lords. 9. 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have 8 Lord Paramounts. I could go for 6 now, I think, and just do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close off in the Eyrie, leaving out kind of the north and the Iron Isles. And then the next royal progress, I suppose I'll start up going north, go to the Isles. You know, start up with this area and close out in the south. So yeah, decent length. Now visit 6. What size of entourage would you like to take on your royal progress? The larger choice will be more burdensome on your vassals, but will be more impressive to the common small folk. Want a huge entourage of lords and soldiers. Yeah, probably. I think so, yeah, just get as many as possible. I have the gold to splurge. It is time to depart King's Landing and to start the royal progress in my domain. Shall return a better man. And I'll leave my hand Robin Darkland to rule the realm while I'm gone. Hopefully this will cheer up my wife a little, seeing all the lands. She is a Smallwood, and we will pass by Casterly Rock, or Castamere, sorry, at some point, so maybe she'll be happy to see her home. Storm's End is first, however, on the tour. My bannerman, Jeremy Rosby, tried to have the Septon of Rosby imprisoned. Failed to apprehend him. The Septon saw the futility of rebellion, obviously, being a Septon, and has surrendered himself. Interesting that you attempted to imprison Septons as a zealous man, so he must have been a bad one? No. You killed him. You died in your dungeons, but still. You're supposed to be zealous, man. Come on. After days of travel, you and your enormous entourage of lords, soldiers, and camp followers are nearing Storm's End. You start by making yourself known to the common small folk of the area, dispensing justice and resolving minor disputes. Word is spread through the area, and the small folk and Lady Paramount Eliana Durandon are most pleased with your efforts. I want to see Lady Eliana. Delighted with progress visit, so local revolt risk, tax modifier, and reinforcement rate, and she gets a +10, actually, for how well I have dealt with her peasantry. Lady Rena's asking us to deal with an assassination attempt inside her own realm. Lyman Crakehall, what are you doing? He's trying to kill her, I presume? You rule in Breadfort. I'm not going to give you a claim on the titles, but I will imprison him to stand trial for supposedly an assassination attempt. Let him rot for now. Storm's End. The captain raises the sails of the ship as the ships drift into Storm's End docks and makes berth at one of the piers. The sweltering harbor side is busy with small folk and merchants going about their business, and you can't help but notice armed knights roam amongst them. The palace of the Lady Paramount overlooks much of the surrounding beach. It has impressive towers and a curtain wall that surrounds the palace. The walls have robust gates and portcullises. Behind the walls you find vaulted halls, covered bridges, barracks, dungeons, granaries, kennels, and stables. You arrive at the palace and are given a befitting welcome by Lady Paramount Eliana Durandon and a large party of knights and lords. Lady Eliana enthusiastically shakes your hand, asks after your love, and offers you brown ale, after which she invites you to a large feast in your honor. What an interesting place, indeed. Oh, he's used his attendance at the feast in Storm's End to present a petition. Claims that Lord Eldon Estermont made an attempt on his life. If that's so, then he must be arrested and made to answer for this. Petitioner by the name of Brienne Slatbridge requests remedy, stating that she has been dispossessed of her lands by armed thugs, and that part of her demesnes have been sold. She claims that men came in force and plowed her land, claiming it to be part of their liberty. She claims now to have nothing, where she was once accustomed to serve the king with loyalty. I will send some men, and to restore order and the king's peace. Whilst in Storm's End, a grave incident has occurred. Your wife, Molianne, seems to have taken a disliking to Sir Theo. During a feast hosted by Lady Eliana, they have come to blows. Ooh. Damn! Okay. This has caused damage and embarrassment to our host. Who is Sir Theo that he is coming to blows with my wife? Who does this man think he is? You? This commoner is daring to hit the queen, and apparently it's not right to imprison him? Come now, everyone. Let us discuss this calmly. Yeah, let's do this. Ooh, 20% chance of stress. It appears I've not gotten it, though. And I've got some more trials to deal with. The more fine Highguard and Hippocras Sir Gereso drank at the feast, the more and louder he talked and laughed, until he let out a loud snoring and fell face first into his plate. Servants discreetly removed Sir Gereso from the table and took him to a bedchamber. That's disgusting. And I think that's where I'll end off the episode, with the king in the middle of his royal progress. Yeah, we're still in Storm's End, but we're set to leave for Sunspear fairly soon, and Dorne has been kind of havoc for the last, 50 years or so? So I don't know what kind of welcoming awaits me. Then we have to visit the seat of one of our greatest rivals, the Gardeners, who have been nothing but trouble. There's a big pox there as well. Then we'll go to my wife's home in Castamere to meet with my brother-in-law, Harston. That should be a fun one. And we'll go to Riverrun, meet with the Tullys, who've been weird to me. Close it off in the Eyrie to my good allies, House Aaron. Obviously, not my sister-in-law anymore. Yeah, she's still my sister-in-law, right? I think so. Even if she's widowed, don't know how that works. Probably. But my sister-in-law is there, has gone back home. And has she taken her daughter? No, her daughter has remained in King's Landing. That's interesting to say the least. But yeah, we'll finish off visiting her and her family. And we are related. Yes, he's my great-grandfather. Lord Aaron's sister is my grandmother. So his niece was my mother. Okay, good. Yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. If you did, do like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.